All right, so here I go again. This time I am redrawing Liefeld's Avengelyne and Glory crossover. This is something that's been listed on Progressive Boink's 40 worst Liefeld drawings ever website. And this is one of the things, again, that I made this point before in another video. That Liefeld will draw the character that's in the background as much larger than the person in the foreground, which is the exact opposite of what it should be. The person in the background should usually tend to be shorter to show distance. Now, that's not always going to be the case, but are you trying to tell me that Avengelyne here is like a 12-year-old girl while Glory is like 30 and full grown or whatever, and just like it's absolutely insane the difference in their sizes. I can also point again that when Liefeld tends to draw a bigger person, he doesn't just draw them being taller or having more of a build or anything like that. He draws everything bigger. The head is bigger. The eyes are bigger. This is not how people work at all. This is, everyone should have around the same size head, unless you are, drawing some kind of, malformed being or something like that, something that's not normally built in that way. But we know that two humans are being drawn here, and they should resemble two humans. So with that, again, he draws the head too big on the second character. I believe that what he does is he'll draw the front character first and then begin to draw the back character. And with the back character, he doesn't want the back character to have too much covered up, but he wants to show that that person is standing behind the other. So he will draw the first person much too small in order to show more of the person behind. We've seen this many times on many covers. It is just a thing that eats away at me. Also, I'm going to release this video before the other ones that I made. The other ones are scheduled to be released in a few days, where I redraw several covers that Liefeld did. And I'm not doing a full redraw. I'm doing just like a penciled version, something that I'm dedicating just, not that much time to. And it's more of a practice drawing type thing. Like this video took 20 minutes, but I'm probably going to speed it up to cut it down to about 10 minutes. And I'm just making a voice recording, talking about what I'm doing. That'll just equal, what the video length will be. So, I've circled a few things or drew arrows to a few things on the original picture to bring attention to certain things. Again, in another video that'll be released, you will see that Liefeld has never seen a shoe in his life, which, again, I can't understand because I've seen the man wear shoes, but apparently he's never looked at them. He's never seen them. I know he has hands as well, and for some reason he used to be able to draw hands. I don't understand where that went, why he just doesn't care anymore. Glory is not holding that sword. Glory is not holding that sword in any way, shape, or form. The sword is at the wrong angle to be held in that hand. The hand isn't even really forming like a grasp around a handle. It's kind of like a fist if you were to flatten it. There's so much wrong there in so many directions that it just, I don't know. Again, it's a thing where he just doesn't give a fuck. And, again, I'm sure I'm going to have people coming out of the woodwork telling me I'm a hater. Okay, that's fine. I'm not going to lie or sugarcoat how I feel about it. As someone who has always wanted to break into comics, as someone who thinks, maybe he might be a little bit talented, this person gets paid obscene amounts of money to not give a fuck about the drawing he's doing. Show some kind of care. That's all I'm asking. Okay. At some point, he didn't have to give a shit anymore, and he was still getting paid tons of money in order to draw these pictures. And I'm putting "draw" in quotes. Okay. I'm sorry, but it's like everybody's going to say, oh well, he's so enthusiastic about comics and he loves comics so much. I will argue that point to death. He does not love comics. He draws comics because I don't think he has any other options. Okay. He was lucky enough to break into comics way back when he was younger, when his art was so much better than it is now. But I've never seen an artist like go backwards so much. Okay, Frank Miller, we saw his artwork evolve into what he did for Sin City. Okay. He was always a pretty damn good artist and knew where things belonged and what things should look like and everything. And he, later on he knew how to use the negative space of a picture. So like it was perfect. But we know that, he's had a battle with alcoholism and such. And, you could tell that, like, with the shakiness of his hand and everything, the images that he produces now are not up to par to what they were back in the 90s during Sin City's time. Okay. That is a different story. That is somebody who, again, there's something kind of prohibiting the artwork. He still knows where things belong. He still tends to draw in a certain way. Liefeld's style has changed so drastically from what it was in the beginning. There were so many different variations of Liefeld. I never saw Jim Lee go through that. I never saw Will Spataccio go through that. Eric Larson's artwork has changed over the years because he has adapted a lot more Jack Kirby into what he does now. You can tell through the inking style. If you see any current stuff from him, you can see that, but it's still the way it was. So it has evolved a bit, but if you were to see an Eric Larson picture, you would know immediately it's Eric Larson. Okay. He's kind of been drawn the same way since he started. Okay. Same thing with Tom McFarlane. Okay. Tom McFarlane has a way of drawing things. This is what you're going to see. Most people are like that. Liefeld, during his time in Image, started taking the things that he liked from other artists and incorporating them into his art style. So you can see this like drastic change between Youngblood number 1 and 2, and then suddenly, Youngblood 1 and 2 kind of look the same. It's the artwork you would get from him, like doing X-Force, but in my opinion, he did actually just much better because he had more time. He didn't have a deadline to put the book out. So I think the artwork was a little better than what he would normally do with that. There were still, some Liefeld flaws or whatever, but it was nothing that was bad. I actually think Youngblood number 2 is probably Liefeld's best artwork. I loved everything in that comic. That was when I liked his artwork. And then suddenly in Youngblood number 3, the drastic change, right? You had Danny Mickey inking now instead of Liefeld inking his own work. And you could see where, things started changing. Same thing with like Youngblood number 4. And then, Stephen Platt comes on as to work on Prophet. And now he starts incorporating Stephen Platt's style into his style. It was just, he kept taking, picking and choosing what he liked and then going with that. And I guess that's not bad. But along the way, something happened where, I don't know, he just couldn't figure out how to do it. Like he thought he did. He's incorporating this one part, but he's not able to put together, like a person's body, like things, the way they attach or something like that. Shoulders are different between two characters standing together. Their spines are broken, as you can see here in this picture. I don't think he ever knew how to draw a woman. We've seen stuff that he did back with, in X-Force or New Mutants at the time, when I was really liking his art. We've seen that. But like if you like look at Boom Boom, right? Boom Boom is supposed to, I guess, be this like pretty fashionable girl or something like that, and I don't feel like Liefeld was ever able to draw her that way. If you like look at her legs, like he didn't know how, you know, a woman's leg should look or whatever. It was kind of just a thinner man's leg that he would put on there. So it was things like that. Then when he thought, okay, I do want to kind of draw sexy women or something like that, everything fell apart because then he just did not know what to do. He's like, okay, their backs arch, their waists are small. I don't know what is going on with Avengelyne here. There were a couple of pictures. Like I remember a Glory pinup that he did, I think in Youngblood #4. And I remember seeing that and saying, holy shit. Like, did he learn how to draw women? Because, like, this is not bad. But now that I put about 10 seconds of thought into it, I'm pretty damn sure he just kind of, he either used a reference or he maybe traced a form to get what he wanted. So, yeah, that's what I kind of think may have happened there. But anyway, I just wanted to start drawing a picture here. I'm not going to complete it in this video, but I will complete it. I have to draw Glory. I'm never going to ink it. I'm just doing quick pencil sketches or whatever. And again, it's like practice work, but also kind of showing how things would look, you know, if somebody who had a little bit more of a working knowledge of anatomy was able to put it together. So again, guys, I don't expect anybody to like this video. That's not what this video is about. This was just me doing some practice work, and I decided that I'm going to, you know, make a video and post it online so you can see me draw, but also, you know, me learning and figuring out things and such as I go.